Today we're going to talk about how you can make money with Tron Dapps. What is my Tron Dapp strategy? Now I'm going to go into that in full details, explain my strategy. I'm going to show you examples of using this strategy, where I've used it well. I'm going to talk to you about where I've made mistakes. I'm going to be fully transparent. This is going to be my past couple of years in Tron Dapps. I haven't counted it up, but I probably have been involved in somewhere close to 20 or 30 different Dapps that I've worked with, all different types, all kinds. And we're going to cover that extensively. And I'm going to talk to you about what I've learned going into 2020. I think it's very possible that Tron, and by an extension of that, Tron Dapps, may be one of the very best cryptocurrency investments. And I'm going to tell you why. I apologize if my throat is if my voice is a little bit off. I'm recovering from having laryngitis just last week. But anyway, so here's the thing. Many of you know that I am a believer in a cryptocurrency, the best use case in the world for blockchain cryptocurrency, trustless blockchain cryptocurrency. I believe the best use case is as a currency. I believe the second best use case in the world is for decentralized applications, meaning a blockchain that you can run actual programs off of. Now, with that being said, many dApps are not fully decentralized 100% on the blockchain. The irony is, for this example, I'm talking about how you can earn more Tron or more passive Tron specifically. Now personally for me, there's three main cryptocurrencies that I'm watching in 2020. Ethereum, which is the current leader in the space. I don't know that it's gonna be the fastest grower in 2020, but it's one that I'm watching. By the way, this isn't financial advice. I'm a net loser in this space. In fact, one of the reasons that I can make this video is because I can emphatically 100% certain show you what doesn't work, because I've lost money in this space. And what I'm gonna show you in this video is very common newbie mistakes when it comes to Tron Dapps. And you're gonna find why all the Tron whales keep winning and why you're not winning. So let me just keep going here. So first of all, there's Ethereum, Tron, and another one, IOST, which IOST is down further. Those are three specific Dapp or blockchains that service the Dapp community, decentralized applications. Now, IOST may be the biggest gainer, I don't know. Tron is just a good medium ground. Right now it's the one in the middle. Ethereum's got its own issues they've got to work out, and that's more technical than I'm probably qualified to talk about. And I specifically want to talk about Tron Dapps because in 2019, Tron had the most Dapps coming out. I think that's going to continue into 2020, but the strategies I'm going to cover, really, it doesn't matter if it's a Tron Dapp or if it's a Dapp on IOST or if it's a Dapp on Ethereum. It's going to work in most cases where there's some sort of game theory involved. Game theory is the thing that causes you to want to play, that strikes at your need to win, or that challenge motive in you that wants to win, or the greed factor that causes you to become greedy. And so when it comes to Dapps in general, here's what you want. Let me back up. So I think potentially some of the best performing cryptocurrencies in 2020 will be cryptocurrencies that service Dapps. That's just my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. But if you like Tron, if you like Ethereum, or if you like IOST, make sure you make certain that you hit that like button, because we need more people to watch this video to understand, to learn about, to get introduced to the Dapp space. Because the one thing that the Dapp space is missing is more participation. We definitely need more people participating in the Dapp space. We need more developers developing in the Dapp space, specifically developing things that are unique. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. That's part of the strategy. So here's the key. Let me just close that out. That was Mtron there. Go check out Mtron, Mindertron. Go check out his YouTube channel. So here's the key. One of the reasons that I think the Dapps in general, I think that we're closer to seeing better use cases, worldwide use cases in Dapps than we are, or decentralized applications, than we are of seeing people start using Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency as a main form of payment. I believe we're far closer to Dapps getting utilized in the cryptocurrency space. I would love to be wrong. I would love for, by the end of next year, everybody to basically run towards cryptocurrency. Okay, so let's talk about the strategy when it comes to dApps. Let's talk about how dApps tend to work. Let's see. We'll look at BetFury right now. BetFury is one Dapp, for example. So it's a gaming Dapp. The idea is you play the games. There's a house edge built in. Obviously, in the long run, you're going to lose. It's gaming. That's what it's all about. However, as you play, you mine tokens. So the best way to think about this is kind of as like a loyalty rewards program. For mining the token, basically, for playing the games, every so many, you wager a certain amount, say every 100 TRX wager. In fact, right now with these guys, it's every 43 wager on in-house games, every 9 TRX wager on slot games. That's wager, not lose. So if you make a 43 TRX wager and you win, you may double up. You may get 86 TRX, but you're still going to get, there's a promotion running, you're still going to get 1.5 BetFury gold. That's their token, BFG tokens. The more tokens you have, you actually earn, this is a total dividend pool, you earn a percentage of the dividend pool. Right now, I'm going to get 242 TRX today. That's what I'm going to get. And it's going to go up. It'll pay out here in about 44 minutes. Now, here's the thing. The bigger the pool, the more you get. But what ends up happening in all of and there's a different strategy, and there's about 2 different strategies based on what you think is going to happen with that platform. Now, and in best case scenario, these platforms are businesses that they're going to have a long future, and if they're good businesses, they're going to have a long future. Then you're probably going to end up ahead no matter what. The challenge is, the best way to profit from these dApps is to be in early. I made this diagram before I started the video. You really want to get in about right here, and you want to get out, or you want to stop mining or stop playing the platform about right here. Now, what do I mean when I say mining? So there's two types of people that are playing. There's the gamers that are just going to play whatever they can play for the thrill of the win or the loss, right? And then there's the miners. The miners are the people who try to wager as much as possible and lose as little as possible. So for example, I'm going to give you the whole strategy here in a minute. So I want to cover this for anyone that may be brand new to this space. And by the way, make sure gaming's, game quote unquote responsibly. Make sure you're abiding by all laws in your jurisdiction, et cetera, et cetera. Probably shouldn't be gaming if you're under 18 or under 21. But if you mine, here's what you do. You go to your highest percent win rate, you put in X amount, and you auto, and you just let it run. And the idea is you're going to mostly win, but you're going to have some losses. But the goal is to wager as much as you can before you lose your set amount or your quote unquote bankroll. So let's say in this case I put in 10,000 TRX, or I could put in 1,000 or 500, whatever you wanted to use. And then what you would do is you would set it to a certain amount, about 5% or so, 1%, 5%, somewhere in there of your total is what you want to try to wager. You set it to auto. The highest bet in this case is a 95% chance to win, and you just let it run. This varies from website to website. It could be 90, I think it says 98, as high as 8% on some websites. And you just let it run. And that way you end up wagering a lot, but you lose as little as possible. And of course, eventually you'll lose, but then you'll have tokens left over. Let me just show you. I would have to deposit. All right, let me make a quick deposit. I'll just show you how to mine tokens really quickly. Make a deposit. By the way, links in the description for all the dApps I talk about. You know what? I'm going to actually show you my strategy. I'm going to show you my actual strategy for mining, but the Dapp strategy that I have is a little bit different. So I like to come in no less than, say, 500. That's just me. That's what I like to do. So this will show up in a minute, and I'm going to show you my full strategy as it comes up. Again, I'll put a link down in the description. It's going to take it a minute to come up. All right, I'll come back to that. We'll do that maybe towards the end. So here's the key. You want to try to get in early. That is the single best thing that can happen. The only way to lose is if you get in so early that no one else ever comes in. And if other people come in, you're going to win. So I'll give you an example. There's 2 dApps. Rocket Games is probably the best example for me. I heard about Rocket Games from another YouTuber, Steamy Coins. Go check out his channel, Steamy, SteemyCoinz, I think, Steamy Coins. I heard about Rocket Games from Steamy Coins, and I happened to go check it out. And I usually look at, is there something a little bit unique? Because at this point, everybody's came out with gaming dApps. Is there something a little bit unique about this platform that people might like? Well, with Rocket Games, what I noticed, which by the way, I think they're already gone. Let me see. And I still ended up being a net winner. Yeah, I think they're gone. But I still ended up being a net winner on Rocket Games. Like, I don't even pay attention to what's going on there anymore. They may be down for maintenance. I think they're probably gone. But I ended up doing extremely well. Like, I got like 200% or 300% of what I put in on Rocket Games, I got back. And I did really well. But the reason I did well is because I got in right here. And I actually got out somewhere around like here. And then all of a sudden, or I probably got out somewhere around here, because all of a sudden I thought it wasn't going to do a whole lot. I made a video on this channel about it, by the way. And then eventually it just spiked. And it wasn't really my video that did it, because it was sometime later when it spiked. But when everybody rushed to it, I made enormous dividends, and I ROI'd within like 2, 3, 4 days. Like, it was nothing. And then every day after that, I made profit. It was amazing. Now, here's the thing. I told you the key is to get in here and to get out here. But here's the problem. This is one of the hardest places to get in because no one else has gotten in yet. Or not a lot of people have gotten in yet. And if there's going to be a problem with a dApp, it's going to be somewhere in this area here, if there's a problem. And I'll give you an example of a dApp that recently had that I got in early, but they had a major problem. So this is the issue. Now, getting out, the problem is it's super hard to get out right here, because usually it's still going really well. And you can get the feeling that it's going to go on for a really long time. But the moment, when I first drew this diagram, I kind of drew the circle right here. But that's really the wrong time, because by the time you stop here, you're really too late. Like, it's going to drop off so fast. In fact, to be honest, if you had a crystal ball, this would be the best place to get out. Because you won't have all this time period up here in this plateau to be able to kind of get your ROI back from dividends. That's probably the best time. I would say here or any time down here is the best time to get out. I mean, the best time to, not when I say get out, I mean stop mining. Just stop. Now, mining tokens. Now, the thing is that you see it going, what happened, the reason this is so hard is because it looks like it's going really well. And you want a bigger piece of that pie. You're like, wow, I'm getting, 500 TRX a day, 300 TRX a day. I want more. I'd like to get 600. I'd like to get 700. I want to get 1,000 TRX a day. Could you imagine getting 1,000 TRX a day? What if that just happened for 30 days? That's that greed monster that we all have, by the way, that kind of plays on the back of your head a little bit. And it's, it's kind of whispering to you to keep going, keep going, keep going. But it's better off to stop before everybody else. If you can be the first in and the first to stop, you're good. I don't mean that you're never going to play again, because in some cases you may have a long-term strategy, but you want to always stop and get to the point of risk-free. So you want to stop early, let everyone else keep playing, you get your ROI back, you get all your investment back, and now let's say that you put in 100,000 Tron. You put in 100,000 Tron, I'm just using big round numbers, but you put in 100,000 Tron, get your 100,000 Tron back. Now you may have thousands or tens of thousands of tokens that are earning dividends. You don't care if they only get 50 Tron a day on those dividends. That's free 50 Tron a day or 100 Tron a day. It's free. You've already got all of your original mining Tron back. You've already got it all back. So, but again, it's challenging to stop when it's going good, because everybody's going to be in a Telegram. Everybody's going to be talking about it. They're all going to be excited. You want to know that you're done. And I'm going to show you a couple places where I did this. And I'm going to show you a couple places where I screwed up. Now, the first time I ever screwed up was the costliest. It was a game called FOMO 3D by Team Just. And by the way, Team Just launched a new game. We'll talk about that towards the end of the video. And I'll let you know exactly why I'm not playing why I'm not playing that DApp. And it's not because of my FOMO 3D experience, because I really wanted to play. FOMO 3D, I basically ended up getting out probably about right here, and it hurt bad. FOMO 3D, when you lost, because it was a game that kind of had an end, and when you lost big. With these other dApps, most of the gaming dApps, if they have any history to them, there's a lot of dApps out there that there's not a lot of people playing, but there's a little volume every day. As long as there's a little volume every day, you're going to keep earning indefinitely. So in some cases, you're going to make your Tron back eventually if they keep going. But FOMO 3D had a specific end date, a very specific end date. And when it slowed down, it was my first time in a Dapp. I didn't expect it to slow down so much. I mean, it slowed down so fast. I got stuck holding the bag, like an enormous bag. And I basically lost on that one. And that's okay. It was a lesson learned. I mean, you never really lose unless you don't learn a lesson. That's the reality. So it was a lesson learned. And I've continued to have to learn that lesson. Thankfully, it wasn't ever that painful again, but I've learned it over and over again. Now, let me show you where I've done really good. I did really good on Rocket Games and Hypertron. I got my ROI back on Hypertron in 24 hours, and the rest of the world had not even found it yet. Look, dividends are really slow right now. I'm going to get a whopping 2 Tron today. Oh, I got 5 yesterday. Let me withdraw that. I just saw that. 5. But guess what? That's 5 free Tron. I actually probably doubled up on Hypertron. I should track it better what I ended up earning, but I did a full ROI. I forget how much I spent. I just know that when they paid out, I 100%. In fact, a lot of people did. There's a lot of people who the same day that I played, one of the first few days, a lot of us played. But there's a big promotion that went. Toucan Air, all the Toucan Air people, another Dapp that basically, I don't want to confuse you, but basically it's another Dapp. And a bunch of those guys started this in partnership with Hypertron. Well, they all started playing Hypertron. When they started playing Hypertron, I was out. I had been out. I was over with. I was done. See you later. Forget it. You know, and all of a sudden it exploded. Everybody was playing. And honestly, here's what they were doing. Everybody was playing and they were all playing right here. They were excited. Telegram was blowing up. This is the best thing since sliced bread. It's going to go on forever. And I was out like way down here somewhere. So I saw all that. I just let it go. Didn't play. I got several days of several hundred TRX, 500, 600, 700 TRX per day. And I was in profit every single day I was getting that TRX. So when everybody else is playing and and it's going amazing, that's really the time you want to be done because you've got to get your original TRX back. Now, if I wanted to, if I thought there was a future to Hypertron, I could keep playing. I don't personally think there's a future to Hypertron. The devs have been horrible. The website has had so many issues. The way that their partnerships with Toucan Air and Power Bank put them at a mega strategic disadvantage. Basically, a portion of all the revenues, 5% or 10% of the revenues go to these 2 platforms here, which are a different type of Dapp altogether. But, you know, nope, I don't think it's good for the longevity of the casino. I like the fact that it's all on the blockchain, but I don't think the devs are capable. They have a background on doing the same Dapp on Ethereum, and I don't think they had a future there. I don't think they're going to have a future here, but I've made some good passive Tron with it. So what? So be it. Moving along. Now, if you think a platform, wait, let me show you another one. BitLex. I got on BitLex early. Now, this one I'm still early on. This one has yet to kick off. This one here, I mean, I got in way back here. I think they might be about right here right now. And they may not ever. And I'll tell you why. One of the things I told you is if you get in early, sometimes you run the risk that there's issues with the platform or whatever. And that's kind of been BitLex's issue. So I got started. I had 2 major issues. Well, one issue was my fault. The first issue was right after we got started, this thing was exploding. By the way, one of the reasons that I like BitLex, so I told you that I always look for something unique. Hypertron, I knew they had a partnership with Toucan Air and Power Bank. I thought that was horrible long term, but short term I knew there was going to be awareness created and there was going to be players. My goal was to get in before they got in, and I did that, and it was awesome. And according to Telegram, a lot of us did it, which that was amazing. Now, with BitLex, what I liked about it is you literally get dividends every 10 minutes off the platform. By the way, there's 100 million tokens. There's only 186,000 mined right now. So this is early. When I got in, there was like 48,000. Like I got in early. And it was doing amazing when I got in. When I got in, like we were on track to triple ROI in a 24-hour period. That would have been one of the biggest, and it seemed like every hour was getting faster and faster. That would have been one of the biggest ROIs, single day ROIs I'd have ever had. It would have been enormous. It would have been unbelievable. But then suddenly the website went down. Well, that happens unfortunately sometimes. But when the website went down, I went in Telegram asking questions, and quite honestly, the admin in Telegram was extraordinarily rude, like ridiculous, over the top rude. And I was like, wow. They actually banned me for asking questions, and they told me I was whining, and I thought, holy crap. And that's the challenge, is you don't ever know if these people are real business people or what was going on. Now, he's an admin. I'm assuming he's not the actual developer. I don't really know, but I've since had some good experiences with him. One of the things that happened, I thought it was, I thought I didn't get my divs. I had about 700 Tron in my bankroll to withdraw, and I had dividends to withdraw, and I thought that I wasn't getting them. And in fact, I was pretty certain I wasn't. I went to my Tron wallet and got to looking. I couldn't see any incoming transactions. So I did join Telegram again. They didn't permanently ban me. And so I did rejoin the Telegram, and I messaged, there was 2 devs. I put a message in there. Someone said, hey, ask this dev and ask this dev, or this admin and this admin. So I asked both the admin. It took them a while to get back to me, almost 2 days. They got back to me and said, hey, we're checking into it, both of them. I thought it took a long time, but they did finally get back to me. They actually gave me the exact transaction ID. I was looking it up, and I realized I made the mistake. I had been paid out, and I didn't realize it. That was totally my fault. So I was thankful for that. Now, 2 things that I like about BitLex. And so I came back, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to mine this a little bit because I think they got a future, especially when I saw this come out. I saw them come out with this tournament. And I thought, okay, they're putting up a lot of money. Now, there's a risk. Let me see if I can turn the sound off. There's a real risk here. The risk is they don't pay this out because this is aggressive, like aggressive. This is going to run for till January 28th. So it's going to run for a long time. I mean, over a month. And we started on the 19th, and we're currently on the 23rd. So let's just do some math here. 23rd, 24th, 25th. I'm sorry, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. So it's been running for 4 days. I'll just do some math here. I'm just curious if it's on track yet to be profitable for them to pay out $15,000, for example. So here's what I'm going to do. 5, 7, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4 divided by 4. That's about 1.4 million Tron a day. Now I do think this is going to speed up towards the end. I do think, I mean, every contest it gets exponentially faster towards the end. But at 1.4 million Tron, this is wagered, not lost, wagered. But say there's a times 2%. Let's say there's a 2% edge. There's actually a 1.5% edge on one of the games. But let's say there's a 2% edge. That's 28,000 Tron. Times about 1.5. What is Tron price right now? Tron price is 1.5 cents. 1.4 cents. So let's see. Let's just do this. USD to TRX. Let's see, what was that number again? So we're at 28,621. 28621. Wow. So that would be at a 2%. At a 2% at house edge, they're going to get about $3.95 a day. Yeah. That's profitable for them. That's definitely profitable. This thing runs for more than 30. No, wait, let's see. What was it? It's going to run from the 19th to the 28th. So that's going to be, what is it? 10 days, 11 days. 39 days times, was it 395? 395 times 39 days. That'd be profitable, and they're going to make more than that. They're going to make more than that. So they'll have a player. That'd be profitable. they're going to have, okay, that makes me feel even better. So about the longevity of the platform. So, and again, they're going to be way more profitable than that. By the way, this guy has wagered almost as much, and they're going to make a bigger profit on that. So here's the thing. The wagering speed always, like I said, builds up. So they're probably going to be way more profitable as time goes on. But this is a very aggressive tournament. So when I saw this, I thought, man, people are going to come into this. And I still think there's a good possibility they are. So I still think we're a little bit early, but it's slow. Again, I'm not telling anyone to play any of these platforms, but if you choose to, this is my strategy that I'm using. So with BitLex, I'm gonna continue on. I can tell you that what happened is with them. Let me finish that story. So they went down the first day. They came back a few hours later, and when they came back later, what ended up happening is, basically everybody saw them go down. So that spooks people away. And the same, it's just come back really. It's just been really slow. But I'm making some good dividends. I have quite a few tokens so far. 442. And here's kind of my strategy. I'm actually using my dividends mostly just to stay above just to stay on the leaderboard. And I am on the leaderboard right now. And I think this leaderboard is going to be pretty easy. I think it's going to be pretty easy to win. Let's see. I'm at 42. I think it's going to be relatively easy to stay on the leaderboard, I think. We'll see. But here's my strategy, and this is a strategy I have for mining. And so, again, the key is to wager as much as possible to lose as little as possible. And this is what I was going to show you while I go on Bet Fury. I'll just show you while we're here. If their promotion is successful and a lot of people show up, BitLex is still has the potential to explode, maybe. There's no guarantee that's going to happen. New Dice is their lowest edge game. And literally, I'll just go here, and this is just my strategy. This is just what I like to do. Wager 100, 98% chance of winning. It's about a 1.5, what is that? 98% chance of winning. I think it's about a 1.5% edge. So we just roll. And I just let it run. Oh, I hate that sound. Until I lose. Forget where there it is. So I just let it run until I lose. And right now, every 900 wagered is one LEX, one LEX token. And I just let it run. And I keep an eye on it until I lose. And I keep my finger right here to click the auto roll off as soon as I lose. And I'm literally just wagering. It's not about winning, okay? It's about losing as little as possible, essentially. And this is kind of what I do with my dividends on the platform. And I do this, I really like to have about 500 Tron. That's a good number to do this with. And you can do well in this sometimes. Sometimes you lose it really fast because you just have bad luck. That's how it works. And the whole time, now mind you, I'm sitting here right now, I'm mining as we speak. Meaning every 9 bets, I'm going to mine 1 token. I'm just mining away. But if you want to play on BitLex, there's a link in the description. Just be careful. Keep in mind, it's risky. Follow all laws, blah, blah, blah. I'm waiting for it to... I'm going to show you a different strategy here in a minute to Dapps, not mining per se. I'm waiting to lose one. Don't you know when I'm on camera and I kind of want to lose one, I don't lose? It could go on for a long time. We'll see. And right now, with BitLex, I mean, here's kind of my strategy. We'll come back. I may lose one. Here's kind of my strategy. No one's here yet. So I got 2 strategies. I'm kind of playing because I want to stay on the leaderboard. But at the same time, I'm playing because we're somewhere probably like here. So the risk here is no one shows up to play. But if I can win part of that leaderboard, then that's gonna be pretty good as well. That's gonna help offset some. Have I lost one yet? Nope, still haven't lost. When I lose, you'll see it. It just shows 0 here, and it'll be. This is the Tron blockchain. I mean, sorry, this is not the blockchain, I don't think. I think this is just a website. Or it's frozen because it's waiting on the hash. You know what? We're going to assume I lost. So here's what I would do. Let me just wait for it to finish up. Okay. So here's what I would do. Let's just say that if I lost. If I hit 0, 98, or 99, I'm sorry, 0, 99, or 100, I would lose. So if I lost, what I would do is it would be down to 221. And my goal is to I start 221, my goal is to get back to 320. So what I'll do is I'll come here, I'll lower this down, and I kind of martingale my way back up to 320, or in this case, I'll try to go to 420. And I'll just kind of martingale my way back up. And I'm at, wait a minute, I think I can go. So if I bet 10, I'll get 20.1 back. So it's roll if I win. So I lost. Double up, roll. There we go. Subtract. Again, I'm going to 420. In this case, the assumption is I lost. I lost from 100. So I'm trying to get that 100 back. And I would just keep going. And sometimes you lose your whole little stack because you get on a losing streak. You lose 5 or 6 in a row. It just is what it is. So I lost. Multiply times 2. Try to win. I want it back. Go back down to 10. And again, I'm trying to get back, the 100 I lost. In this example, we're pretending that I'm trying to get back to 420. And I'll just keep going. Lost. Double it. The reason I said it's good to have like 500, because you can double all the way up to like 160 usually, pretty easily. Got it back. And when it works, it can work well, and you can mine for a really, really long time. Now, someone says, why even do the martingale strategy? Because in the long run, the math is the math. It's totally 100% true. It's just a way to kind of satisfy that gaming bug a little bit, and at the same time, you're hoping you get lucky and you have good mining rates. Oh, not going good. Not doing good. Keep losing. I need to win this one. Oh, that's not good. So now I'm down to 80. Time it. Can I win? Boom, I did. Got lucky. Usually that would be, if I lost that, it's into mining. It's like, okay, I'm done for the day. But I still got some tokens. And now, look, I'm trying to go to 420. I got one more to win. Oh. By the way, I have one. Oh, there we go. I have one busted if I need that one more. So now I'm back at 420. And in my case, I would go back. This is just my strategy. And I just go back to mining. Now, please, this is gaming. There's a house edge against you. Ultimately, if you're mining, you're going to lose this Tron. It's about winning. This is what you're mining. You're mining the Lex tokens. And all you need to do here is just click get it. And they say even if you don't even click get it, you're still earning dividends. And the dividends are paid out every 10 minutes. And in my case, right now as well, it's about, climbing that leaderboard. Climbing up. And I think this is updated every 10 minutes as well. So it's about climbing up this leaderboard. I'm at 41. So I don't have far to go. I can probably beat this guy pretty easily and then get up to about here. And then tomorrow maybe I can climb even higher. But I like to get over the big jumps because if you play a little bit every day, there are going to be people who are going to show up later in this contest and they're going to just try to climb it as much as they can. But if you're playing it like in this case, if I'm able to play it primarily with my dividends, and if it looks like I'm not going to be able to stay up on it, I'm not going to be depositing more money right now. I'm not worried about it. But I don't have even $600 worth of Tron in this thing yet. So if I get lucky and I'm able to pull out at least $600 eventually in this contest, that will be beautiful. If not, if I don't do it, it's because everybody's going to show up to play. And if that happens, then I'm going to win on the dividend side. So Hypertron was good to me. Rocket Games was good to me. BitLex may end up being good to me. We'll have to see. Now, BetFury, there's a little bit of a different strategy with BetFury. So with BetFury is a gaming platform that I think is going to be here for a while. So I'm currently withdrawing dividends from BetFury, like every day. There's that 500. We'll withdraw that. I'm not really mining tokens right now. It's going down. The ROI is slowing down because people are slowing down playing. But BetFury is the kind of platform that there's always going to be some volume here. Heck, eventually I may only be getting 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 TRX a day. But there's going to be some consistent volume. I've got a good amount of coins. I think I'll be earning it on BetFury for a long time. I still need to get about probably about 2,000, 3,000 Tron out of here. And it's going to take a while. It looks like it would only take me about 10 days. But I suspect this is going to even continue to slow down a little bit more, even though they're running promotions. And it does look like the promotion is catching on, by the way. I mean, this was 32 this morning. So they've started this Christmas bonus promotion, Christmas boost. But I don't know. I think people are going to continue to play here some. If you look in the Telegram, there's a lot of players. They're not just mining. There's a lot of actual players playing. People are playing the slots. They're posting their slot winnings, the whole 9 yards. And that's good. I mean, it's just from a gaming standpoint. I don't recommend that you game here. I just mind it, and that's just where I'm at. You know, I just mind it, and that's all I'm going to do. But they have cash back. They have these mining rewards. In fact, I do got a miner reward coming up. Let me see. I forget how to pull that up. How do you do that? Promotions. Daily task. Oh, I know. Cashback rank system. There we go. So you get ranks right now. I'm a miner, and my next is a high roller, and I'll get 500 TRX. I'm not far from that, but I may get there. But I'm going to get there from casual play. I'm not going to get there from mining. Right now, I'm just waiting to ROI. But this is the platform. Like when I want to play, if I ever want to play any of these gaming dApps, I'm going to come here and play. This is the one I'm going to play on. You get cash back. There's a cool rank system, all that sort of stuff. And it's clearly here set up for the player. They run promotions. So that's this. If in the Tron space, this is where I'm going to be at long term. Now with this one, with BetFury, I tried to do the first in, first out. I got in pretty early, and then I stopped, and then I got the FOMO bug. It just kept going. It was doing so well. They were running promotions. It kept doing well, and I kept playing. And finally, I decided, you know what? I think I'm going in deeper on this one because I think it's going to be around here for a while. So my first goal was to get to 50,000 tokens. Now I'm at 72,000 tokens. And I'm good. I thought I was going to go to 100, but when it slowed down so much, you got the first and foremost goal, you want to ROI. You got to stop at some point to get your original Tron back. Now, with that being said, no one has a crystal ball. I do prefer, in some ways, Hypertron was more fun than BetFury. It is fun getting in, getting out, getting your ROI back quicker. I have some friends that have already ROI'd on ROI, meaning they got their investment back in Tron. I've got friends that have already ROI'd because they quit so early. Like they quit way down here somewhere on Hypertron. And this what this curve is the dividend yield. It's how fast the dividends grow. Sometimes it's really sharp, like this, how quickly they drop off. And sometimes it can be kind of long, like that. But you know, if there are some of these platforms like Tron Bet or Wink and BetFury, those things are going to last for a long time. Like, for a long time. And it's kind of nice knowing that I might have a piece of something that could be earning for months, if not years, over and over again. But it's even better if you are in profit. So the number one thing is to try to get in early and get out early. When everybody else is finding out about it, they're all excited. As hard as it is, that's the time for you to be done. Let everybody play. Let their excitement get you to the point that you've returned on your investment, and then be done with it. By the way, again, links to all these dApps will be down in the description. If this is helpful information for you, get in, get out. If any of this is helpful for you, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, hit that bell notification icon, and let me know down in the comments, if you've played any of these dApps, which one have you already broke even on or earned a profit? Whether it's Hypertron, Rocket Games, BitLex, BetFury. Let me know. Just Game. So Just Game is a little bit different. I'm not going to go into how to play. The fact that it's slightly complicated to play is probably not, it's not intuitive. It's interesting. It's probably a lot of fun. But they had a horrible launch yesterday. I was in on this platform. I was excited to watch it. I told you they came out with FOMO 3D. They came out with P3D. P3D, by far, one of the best, I think, smart chain creations. And that's that whole virtual deposit contract. I don't think anybody's really, truly been able to get the virtual deposit contract to live up to its potential. That's just my opinion. Here's the problem with P3D. Here's the problem with Just Game. Remember I told you the safest thing to do is to get in early and to get out. So they came out, they had mega fanfare. First of all, they had years to come up with this. And they had put out a white paper that made it sound like the best thing since forever. This white paper sounded like this was going to be futuristic. I mean, if they can't do anything, man, they have mastered creative writing. Literally, they've mastered it. They had the creator of Tron, Justice's Son, live streaming for them. He was even put in a position to have to stall for them, which was incredible. Like, I was dumbfounded watching the live stream as this guy was, basically, you could tell he was stalling on their behalf because the launch got delayed by an hour, then it didn't happen, and then it launched. And I'm sitting here ready to go because I know how important it is to get in. Listen, there was a clone of this thing, a total clone. Let me tell you something. I ROI'd on that clone in less than 12 hours. Why? Because I got in, I didn't upgrade nothing, I didn't try to reinvest nothing. I just got in, held it. When I doubled up, I got out, done. See ya, goodbye. Anytime you can make 100% on anything is awesome. Everybody wants to keep playing, everybody wants to keep upgrading, yada, yada, yada. No, thank you. 532 million Tron are in this platform. Last night, within about a couple hours, it shot up to about 500,000 Tron. And it's moved about 500 million last night. It's moved to about 532 million as of today, coming in on 24 hours here in a few more hours. Yeah, it's probably not, it's not going to do a whole lot else, I don't think. I know they've got this thing called the glitch, and they've got all this thing. The developer put out, I saw this morning, he put out a thing, he said, hey, you know, a lot of people aren't going in right now, but they don't understand. You know, there's 100 different mechanisms that keep people playing this game. That right there should be a sign. That means you don't need to fall for one of the 100. And the reality is, I don't care what the mechanisms are. What has reigned true in the Dapp space is be first in and first out. Don't be last out. That being last out has not ever been successful for anyone yet, period. And so in this case, in theory, if you're the last to make a purchase, that you get the big bonus jackpot, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But by and large, the general consensus is don't be last out. Okay, if you're one of the last 100 boxes, then you're going to get to split part of the prize pool, whatever that is. I think it's this amount here, I'm not sure. You're going to get to split part of that. Beautiful. Or maybe it's this amount here, 66 million, I think. I'm not sure. But you're going to get to split part of that. Okay. That's part of the mechanisms that keep people buying in. But it doesn't matter when people are buying in unless you're one of those last 100. But at that point, you're just playing a random lottery, basically, a time-based lottery. You're not gonna ROI unless you actually do get lucky and you're one of the last people to buy in. That's the only way. So when I saw that I couldn't get in, and here's what happened to me yesterday. I did everything they said. I could not get this screen to come up at all. It was just black, and none of this would come up at all. Right here, none of this. Everything else came up, so I couldn't play. I erased cookies, I erased history, emptied the cache. I deleted, I opened it up on Cryptotab, I did it on Chrome, which are both Chrome based. I actually reinstalled Chrome and tried it again, and it still didn't work. It was absolutely annoying. So after about 2 or 3 hours of watching it, and I watched this thing climb from the royalties here, this is the number I was kind of watching. I watched it go from practically zero all the way up to like 150,000. I was like, okay, or 150 million. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. It's over with. And I won't be getting into this. And I probably won't be getting into any of these games, or any of the Just games at all. The launch was just atrocious. And really and truly, it probably wasn't all their fault. I don't know. I'm not going to say it was or it wasn't their fault. I just knew it was an unfortunate experience. And there are people playing it, but again, to those people playing it, if you want to win, don't get greedy. If you double, have a plan going in. If you double your, your little amount that you put in Tron or triplet, plan to get out. It's going slow right now. I promise you, you're not going to see, most likely, you're not going to see any enormous gains right now. You make a profit, you can't worry about, oh, I could have made a bigger profit. Nobody's gonna get out at the most optimal time, just like stocks. No one ever buys the lowest price and sells at the highest price. Nobody. But as long as you make a good return, that's all that matters. In all these platforms, it's really best to be first in, first out, unless you think there's going to be, not this one, because this has an absolute ending, basically. This would not be a good example, but Tron Bet, Wink, 888, those are 3 dApps, gaming dApps that may have long-term potential. They've been around for, well, 888 and Tron Bet have been around for, gosh, months and months and months. They may have long-term potential. And in those cases, it may make some sense to kind of play a little bit longer if you want to, just to mine some of the tokens or buy the tokens on an exchange. These tokens you can't buy on an exchange. They're not on any exchanges. So that would be the only time I would say to stick around and play longer, is if you thought it had long-term potential. But you just have to be aware that if you do that, you're playing a long game. You're not going to be able to ROI in a week or two or a day or 2 or 3 by staying in. You're going to have a bigger piece of the pie long term. But most people, when the divs are really, really good, most people underestimate how slow it can get. Because when it's really good, people just assume to think that it can be really good for a really, really long time. So just be mindful of that. All right, and if you have any other tips in the gaming, here's my best tip. If you want a risk-free way to invest in Tron, don't play any dApps. Freeze it. Just learn how to freeze your Tron. You'll make 4% a year. That's if you want the risk-free. This is all high risk, but it can be rewarding, and it's a lot of fun when you win. Hypertron was a lot of fun. Rocket Games a lot of fun. Hopefully BitLex will end up being a lot of fun. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this has been helpful to you. If any of you are in Just Game, BetFury, BitLex, Hypertron, Rocket Game, or any other DApp in this space, I wish you well. Take care of yourself. Always try to do good things with your crypto. Be careful. Diversify. Always understand that cryptocurrency is high risk. Thank you for watching.